Hey, what's going on, everybody? What's popping? You know how it is. You see it. We back, baby. Yeah, it's your man Ron and your man Eru.
In the place to be, man. Subbing in for my man John, man. You know how it goes.
Eru is holding it down. John actually is at work tonight. He got an event going on. It's a pretty dope event too, but I'm sure I'll wait. Maybe next time when he comes on, he'll break it down and talk about what the event was. But it's pretty cool. They do a lot of cool events at John's job because he's into like audio visual type stuff over there. So anyway, Eru is here filling in and always being the gracious dude and holding us down. And I can't thank you enough, my brother Eru. Appreciate you, brother.
I ain't got nothing cool going on. Nothing cool going on.
Next time we go to Legends, you know, whatever vegan stuff you getting, I got to take care of you.
Yeah, get some vegan beer in my system. Yeah,
Yeah.
man.
We got to take care of you, my brother. Appreciate you. All right, so we're gonna do it a little different today. So shout out to all the people tuning in for the first half of the show and the second half of the show. I know y'all know the first half is the NBA usually, and the second half is hip hop. But our guest today, who's a really dope guest, I'm really excited to chop it up with him. He has a hard out, so he got to be out of here by 9:30 or so. So what we want to do is really get into his story and talk about why he's here. We're gonna knock out the hip hop first. So we're gonna do it backwards. We're gonna do the second half first, and we're gonna do the first half after. So he can touch on a little bit of that, and when he got to go, we'll just keep it going and really chop it up on the NBA front. So that being said, without further ado, I'm not even going to waste time with it. None of that stuff. Just going to try to get into it and bring our guy up here. Welcome to the show. A guy here, Mr. May, Thurd in the building.
Oh, peace.
What up, brother?
Oh, man, God is
good.
What up? Man. God is good.
Yeah, man.
Yes, sir.
Definitely happy to see you, man. Thank you for being. We kind of been going back and forth with scheduling, trying to get it right, and I appreciate you being so gracious. He was actually supposed to be the guest last week, but he was accommodating. So we got him today. So I definitely appreciate you, my brother.
No doubt.
All right, let's get our stuff out the way. Let's hit you with the second half. All right, so right out the gate, we ain't wasting no time. We just get right into it, okay? So you know how we do, and we ain't gonna waste no time either with this either, because last week y'all didn't get it, but you gonna get it today. And I hope you don't mind, May 3rd. We kind of like to, initiate our hip hop get a little something to think about. We'll try to make this quick because we really want to get into your story, but we got a little segment called Check the Rhyme, where we, read off some lyrics, and if you can guess the artist, we give you a little 5 points. If you can guess the song that we're talking about, you get another 5 points. We only do five questions pretty much, but you got a chance to get up to 50 points.
Oh man!
At the moment,
I tested my music encyclopedia, my hip hop encyclopedia. Okay.
No, man, you. I think you're gonna be fine, brother. I have a feeling you a student of the game. So let's get into Check the Rhyme, y'all. Yes. So you know how we like to do it. Let's get you with the first one. Let me see. Let me start. I always like to try to start the guest off with the first one being an easy, almost a gimme, just to get your feet wet and how the game is played, whatever. Okay, hit you with no delay. So what you saying? No, I'm just joking. I ain't give you that one. That's too easy. I'm sorry, man. All right. Let's see. Let me give another one that's not too bad. Not too bad.
I got one cooking right now, man. So
Oh yeah, go ahead, Eru. If you already got one, because go ahead, my brother.
No, I'm digging in the crates now too, man. But this one.
Oh, okay, all right. Yeah, Eru's be tough though. Eru be, he don't fool around. He definitely be digging in the crates.
He be digging in all cards, huh?
Yeah, man. He don't fool around. Okay. All right. Fine. Don't mind me. All right. So nope, I can't. See, this is crazy. I can't even say what I want to say because of Cameron and Mace, man, because it's gonna be a pause. Nah, I'm not doing it. Sorry. I'm gonna pick another one. I'm sorry. Sorry, guys. Sorry for the delay. Yeah, man, they be pausing everything. Okay. Yo, these lyrics is nuts, B. I'm pausing myself. Okay, here we go. I got one. All right. My grandma be Ebonics, gin, tonic, and chronic. F bionic. It's ironic. Slamming in words like onyx.
Damn, I hear raspy voice a little bit in my head. I think I know them lyrics too, man.
I'm throwing you off because of the cadence, because I'm not giving you no cadence. I know. I'm gonna read it one more time for you. My grandma be Ebonics, gin, tonic, and chronic. F bionic. It's ironic. Slamming in words like onyx.
Slamming niggas like onyx. How many choices do I got? This might be a bad.
Just one. This is one choice. This is it. Yeah, it's kind of tough. It's kind of tough because I ain't giving you no layup, right? Really.
Want to give him a burrow or like a?
I'm gonna guess on this one. I'm gonna guess Nas, but I don't think it's Nas.
Nah, I'm a okay. I usually like try to give him a gimme. That's not a easy one. Okay.
Yeah.
Let's say this. All right.
Mm-hmm.
Damn, if I say that, you definitely gonna know who it is. All right. My grandma be Ebonics, gin, tonic, and chronic. F bionic. It's ironic. Slamming like onyx. I don't know. I said it a little faster. Maybe that makes it a little easier. I'm not sure. Wait a minute now. All right, let me. All right, fine. Okay, say. Dude, I can't say that.
Well, give me that one and give me another one, man. Tell me who that is.
Okay.
Give me another one.
All right. Let me say. He loves Air Force Ones.
There's a lot of them.
St. Louis.
St. Louis. That ain't Nelly. That's Nelly.
I was thinking Nas too, man. But St. Louis? That was Nelly?
Nelly's?
It is Nelly. Country Grammar.
Wow.
Yep.
Wow. Okay.
All right. I'm gonna give you another one back to back, just real quick. This is a remix. All right. This is a remix.
Okay.
Hold on. This is shortening the lyrics. Hold on. Let me add a little bit more to it. Hold on. Here we go. Yeah, this gives me more of the full lyrics. Here we go. All right. If I sell my soul, I'll take it back. I'm slime forever. Give me that. I got bust down on the whole gang. We gonna shine together. She got rollies in her time piece. When she step by, she be flashing. Whenever we get alone, I give her half and she get nasty.
I'm lost with that one, man. I don't know. You got to give a location, locale.
Man, these are hard, huh? My bad. Pause. I didn't know. I didn't realize these were so difficult. Okay, let me. Okay, let me give you the. Let's do this. This is ridiculous, man. I didn't know that it was going to be so tough. Okay, he ain't bad. He ain't had him a buzz like this. Since the last time he overdosed, they've been waiting patiently for Pinocchio to poke his nose. Back into the game, they know rap will never be the same as before. Bashing in the brains of these hoes.
Hope my man didn't crash out on us.
Uh oh. He might have. I don't know if he's on his phone. He might have got a phone call. I don't know.
Oh no.
There he is. He's coming back.
Yeah.
There he is.
I'm gonna go. That ain't M though, right? That's Eminem.
It is him. It is Eminem. Yes, it is. Okay. Do you know what song it is?
It's a remix with him and Nikola.
Oh wait, the remix with him and who?
That's not him and Nicki Minaj, right?
No. It's not. I'm gonna have to give you this on that one. I'm sorry.
Okay.
Damn.
Okay. All right. It was going crazy. Yeah. So it is Eminem, but it actually is the song "Forever" with Drake, the remix.
Okay.
Gotcha. Yeah. Okay. So you got 5 points for that. You got yours ready, Eru?
Yeah, I'm ready.
Okay. Go ahead.
All right. The episode starts when I walk down the block. Reach in my pocket. Yo, where's my knot? Follow me into the spot. Compelling. Go check the dread. And yes, he's herb selling.
That's old school.
Yep.
The flow in my head, I'm not saying this is who it is, but the flow in my head sounds like Ice-T, but I don't think it is. That's old school though.
Want the rest of the verse? I'll give you a little bit more.
Yeah, please.
Open the gate. I'm a potential felon. Something is smelling, and I ain't even telling. I can't tell you no more because I already gave you a big piece right there.
I see the K and the Kim sound like.
Well, I give you a gimme. It's in your borough.
Big Pun?
Nah. If I say in his cadence, you'll get it right away.
Well, I mean, listen, that's his wrong answer. So I gotta hit him with that.
Yeah.
Who's that?
I mean, but you maybe you can guess the song.
Nah, I wouldn't even succeed on that one either.
So that was Mad Isms. Mad Ism by Channel Live featuring KRS-One.
Okay.
Wow.
That I'm not all the way in the archives with, but I'm gonna tell you something. If y'all gave me some lyrics to some 70s soul music, I'll ace this shit like a motherfucker.
Oh yeah, that's your bag. Okay.
Yeah. Donna Summers and James Brown and all the vinyls that I grew up on, I'd be in here with passing with flying colors, man. But I respect it. That's gonna make me read a couple books. That's fine.
Yeah, that man isn't beat, man. That's like exercise for a lyricist, man. You can definitely get some good freestyles off that beat.
Okay.
That song is fire. I'm surprised I didn't know that myself. Let me see. Let me just check something real quick and see if nobody knew in the chat, but they did know Nelly. Okay, I'm proud of y'all. Corey Lee, D Coolest, Mega. I see y'all. Okay, let me get these out of the way so we can get it cracking. This one should be easy, especially now. I kind of gave that away. I Want a Real Love. Dark Skin and Aunt Viv love. That Jada and Will love. That's hilarious.
That's me. Yeah.
That Leave a Toothbrush at Your Crib love. And
That
you
ain't
ain't
me.
gotta wonder where. No, And you ain't gotta wonder where that's your kid love.
I have no idea, man.
Really?
Yeah, you're gonna have to give me that one. I'm not sure.
Man, this one is in the news right now because he changed the lyrics because of what's going on with Will and Jada. Interesting.
Yeah.
One time for my LA sisters. One time for my LA ho. Come on, y'all. Come on, man. Y'all don't know this?
Mm-hmm.
Nah.
Tell the world.
Wow.
Man. Tell the world.
No Role Models. J. Cole.
Okay.
Damn. Now that you say J. Cole, now I can hear the song.
Yeah, I would have thought you would have known that one.
Yeah.
That's
okay, what's your favorite?
Too, you know?
That's true. What's your favorite hip hop era?
I'm 90s for sure.
90s. Okay. All right. So listen, that's gonna make it easy. We're gonna do 90s. We got to go here.
Okay.
Make this the last one so we can kind of get it cracking.
Mm-hmm.
Because let me see. All right. Okay. All right. Here we go. One's the easy one here. No, I'm not doing that. I think that's easy. So okay. If not, 24 years on the wake up. Slug hit your temple. Watch your frame shake up. Caretaker did your makeup when you passed. That's it. That's all I can give you.
Hmm.
You want me to say it again? I'll say it again, and maybe you get it. If not, 24 years on the wake up. Slug hit your temple. Watch your frame shake up. Caretaker did your makeup when you. That's all I can do. I can't say no more.
That sound like the Notorious. That's what I'm gonna go with, but I don't think it is. Though. I don't think it is.
I think that is that's 10 Character Commandment.
I knew that when he first. That flow is too big. That's too much. Yeah.
That's that.
I just want to let the world know if they don't. That boy was 23 years old rapping like that, man. I just want rappers and all those people who slacking on their pen game. That boy was 23 years old making hit records like that. That's another level of just anything. That's just another level. 23. I don't know what the fuck I was doing at 23, but I know I wasn't rapping like that. So I just want a lot of rappers to understand you see how passionate I am about this 90s shit, right? Just want a lot of rappers to understand when you put that pen to that pad and you think of people like him. B.I.G., P.O., P.P.A. That's 23 years old rapping like that.
Right.
That's all I'm saying. That's all I want to give you. Straight up.
Yeah, all right. Well, I mean, listen, this one wasn't the greatest one, but it's not all on you. It's also on me because I could have gave you better opportunities to get this thing going. So we're gonna have to rock with what it was. I appreciate you for joining in and playing along with us. This has been Check the. But we ain't really here for Check the Rhyme. Check the Rhyme is just something fun to do to kind of break the monotony of the show. Right. We here because we want to talk about that NBA stuff later. But right now, we want to get into our special guest, Mr. May Thurd, and talk about how you got into loving hip hop. Like, where did this all start for you? What gave you your inspiration? Like, what was the first thing that you heard in the hip hop game that kind of inspired you and got you like into this thing?
The first thing I heard in the hip hop game, and first off, just being around my family, I'm very musically inclined, just off of the things they were playing in the house. So when it came to hip hop, I have to give credit to. It's crazy, man. I don't, if this comes out, I definitely get it. I don't even think she would think I'd even mention her. You know what I mean? But my cousin Ebony, my cousin Austin, and my big brother Terrence, they was all. I remember the Rough Riders' first group album when Rough Riders put on the album from Swiss Beats.
Right.
It's on Swiss Beats. That was when Drag On was Drag On, when Eve was
right.
Right. You know what I mean? The 90s, that was, I don't think there's any, I mean, I wasn't born in the 80s, but I think the 80s, yes, it introduced, the Cool Hercs, and, it could go back to all of that. And, especially sometimes a lot of bad opportunities like epidemics and all of that, the crack epidemic hitting. We still learned how to survive. You know what I mean? I'll talk to my dad and my mom about that era. But the 90s was just a seasoned 80s vibe. You know what I mean? It was the 80s with some seasoning on it. You understand? And the way people was coming, the way Eve was coming, the way Biggie was writing for Kim, you know what I mean? It was just a different vibe. So that Rough Riders first album, the talking on it, the skits, and watching my cousin and my brother just go over the skits word for word, it was next level. That made me put the pen to the pad for sure.
So that era was very cinematic. The Rough Riders, they tried to paint like a movie kind of thing, especially like the way that you did the beat and stuff. That was just like, it was like an orchestra kind of thing.
Yeah, I think Drag On said some shit like, I put a hole in your face, you the size of a bagel. All my bullets hit, never graze you. Like it was just a different. It was a lot, and when you hear it, it's a lot of. What I was taught was, when you nice, you write your 90th ball, you scratch out 89 of them.
Word up.
You understand? And if you really not in the pocket like that, writing as a rapper, then you're not ready. If you're not ready to scratch out 89 good lines to get to the 90th great one, then you're not really ready to do this. You understand? So I'm always in tune. I was groomed well. You know what I mean? I just watched. When you ask that question, it's so broad. You know what I mean? Because I remember going to 1839 Cedric with, RP to my Aunt Linda, right near the steps to go to River Park Towers, where I went to elementary school. You know what I mean? I used to, my cousin and, we was family, you know what I mean? So I used to go in the back room little. When Loaded Lux was 14, 15 years old, I witnessed that. You know what I mean? I was in the crib with my cousin with them rapping. I remember red notebooks on the bed, red composition notebooks. Like I witnessed that. You understand? Like I was there for the ball work at 15, 16 years old. Then everybody wanted to be a Rough Rider, wearing Rough Rider bandanas. I remember the four-wheelers, you know what I mean? I remember that stuff, passing the 18 bus and all of that. Like, I remember that, you know what I mean? So I'm hip hop in my blood, man. I ain't have no choice. So I was blessed for sure.
That's dope.
That's the trenches right there, man. You got to be tough to live in that area, man.
Shout out to 229 River Park Towers, building 10, building 20. You know what I mean? Shout out to Cedric, home of hip hop. Shout out to Cool Herc, all of them, man. It was it's an avenue named after him. I believe it's him. So God bless everything, man. Hip hop is on another level.
So let me ask you, like with the notebooks, you said there was red notebooks all over the place. So was it like how was the atmosphere? Was it like a competitive thing, or were you just like in awe and it was just more of an inspiring type of thing?
I was, my cousin is 10 years older than me, so if I'm 6 years old, he's 16.
Right.
the Rough Riders album, just being groomed and all of that. Like I write till this day. I had a bar that I wrote the other day. Like fuck freestyling, I'm comfy under the margins. You know what I mean? Like that's where I come from. You know what I mean? I come from the pen, looking at his notebook, him crossing it out, him teaching me, him doing these things. So I'm very traditional in that way. I'm very old school in that way. You know what I mean? Some things come off the top by the grace of God, but when you write it with your pen, it's you. You know what I mean? It's a different type of connection. You know what I mean? It's a difference from mopping the floor, and it's a difference from scrubbing your floors. You know what I mean? I put that in, you know what I mean? I put that on the gram. You got a different connection with your home when you use these, when you touch things, you understand? It becomes yours. So a lot of times these people, they might hear Jay-Z, they might hear Lil Wayne go, I don't write anymore. But what you didn't hear was, I wrote so much that I don't write anymore. You know what I mean? A lot of people don't hear that from home. I wrote so much, I couldn't help myself. I'm in restaurants writing on napkins till, when it became just natural to be that now I just write in my head. See, people hear that and go, no, I don't write no rhymes no more. But that's why you're not, that's why you could be better than what you are. You know what I mean? If you touch that pad. So, sure.
Yeah, it's like kung fu, like the guys. There's certain guys that just practice kung fu. They're pretty good. They can get in tournaments and stuff like that. But then you have the grandmasters that live above the line. They're not just practicing; they are what they're doing.
I was I majored in shout out to Mercy College. I majored in music business and engineering, and I had one of my teachers, my piano teachers, like my first class. After all the prerequisites, they give you a class, and you got to learn the keys or whatever. And he was a white guy, but he had a black family. Like literally, his wife is black. All of his kids are dark skinned. It bugged me the fuck out all the time. But he said, you know why you guys aren't, why you'll never make it? And he was very hard on this. You know why you'll never make it? Because you listen to your favorite songs every day. That changed the game for me. That changed the game for me. He said, how are you gonna expand as an artist when you don't listen to the music that you don't want to listen to? You don't go a week listening to Latin music, and then take that and go a week and listen to classical music, and then take another week and listen to reggae music. Your musical palette, your musical inclination is gonna go like this. You understand? And I think that a lot of times what we don't understand is when we listen to Drake and he's making these records and saying, that man is so musically inclined. That man could tell you every Maxwell song ever made the same way he could tell you every Patti LaBelle song ever made. Right. And people think that these songs come out of nowhere. No, these people are students of the game. Like real students. My dad was a jazz musician. I know jazz chords. I'm a rapper. You go back to his interviews when he's telling you that I do all of my songs in A minor. Motherfuckers not playing. I'm not just going to the studio and I'm like, yo, give me a beat off the tube and play me something. I know the key that I'm in. Yeah. You know what I mean? I know the key that my voice is in. And a lot of times people, you underestimate that and you don't really understand the work that a lot of these artists is putting on the forefront. So just wanted to put that out there, man, for sure.
Yeah, definitely, man.
That's fair.
I don't want to be bogarting the show, but this Nas' father was a jazz musician, right? So that's one. But recently, Method Man was on Drink Champs, and he was talking about how we made the "Hey, you get off." So he broke it down. So it blew a lot of people's minds because he brought up different groups and music that you never think that he would be into, and that's what gave birth to what Method Man the whole song was. So it basically broke down 3 different songs from 3 different genres to come up with the rhyme scheme that he had for that song. And that's the same thing at like, I don't know how old he was, about the same age as a Biggie, like 23. These guys were geniuses at the time, so it's incredible.
Yeah, man, they continue to be, man. It's a big thing for sure.
Yeah.
100%. Yeah, no, Eru, by all means, whenever you got, how it is. You say what you want to say.
I love hip hop, man. So I mean, I can't wait to hear the music and stuff. I'm already appreciating, where he's from and just listening to him speak. I love it, man. To be able to create something, I think is just a gift from God. And if you can do it and do it in a big way, then you're like a god amongst us, man. So I'm very intrigued.
That means everything, man. I appreciate you.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah. So who would you say? I mean, and I understand, like, you know, being around that element and being and witnessing how you know people were with the red books and writing and just having their own little sessions. So who would you say like are your influences with regards to hip hop artists that may have made it, you know, that you really listen to and not necessarily help cultivate your style, but kind of made you know like this is how I want to do it?
For sure. Like I said, that Rough Riders album was Rough Riders album did something to me. I'll tell you two albums that helped me understand that I had to come with a certain amount of aggression and confidence. The aggression didn't need to be actually loud, but I knew I had to come with some bravado in order for people to understand where I was coming from. The Rough Riders album and DMX, Flesh of My Flesh, Blood of My Blood. It was just like like it, the adrenaline. My brother is 5 years older than me. He got into a lot of fights because he listened to DMX in the morning. He'll tell you that himself. You know what I mean? He listened to X in the morning going to fucking school, and every day somebody said something to him he ain't like. It was on. You know what I mean? So people don't really understand what hip hop would do to you, man. I mean, DMX Rough Riders album understood that the aggression was necessary in some form or fashion. I know I sound like him. It's fortunate and unfortunate at the same time, but I'm gonna just say it's fortunate just through God. But Jay-Z's my favorite rapper of all time. Like that's just like a no-brainer for me.
I have to say, you know who you sound like?
Yeah, it's crazy. It's crazy. I remember rapping to my cousin, who's also my rap mentor. He taught me how to spit and what flows are and everything. So that's the same when I was rapping with Loaded Lux. But I remember rapping for him at 8 years old when he came home for being incarcerated. That at 8 years old, he told me I sound like Hov at 8.
It's in you, man. That's just the energy, you know, you
it
have.
was just bugged out. You know what I mean? So I say that. As I grew older to understand flow, going back in Biggie's archives was on another level. But Jay-Z's was the first album that every Christmas, we would write on the list what we wanted. I remember one Christmas at 10 years old, I didn't want anything else but the Blueprint album. Nothing. Mother looked at me like I had 3 heads. You know what I mean? And at the time, I was musically inclined, but I didn't know the language for it. I knew the songs that I liked, but the way that album started with the drums of it's just that swag, that you know what I mean? It's just next level, man. You gotta have a different type of confidence in yourself to get on a track and be able to do cadences and ad libs and not even rap yet. For people to enjoy you without you saying a word, that's another level of talent. The first album that I listened to all the way through, I skipped some whole songs that I didn't understand at the time. First album, without a doubt, that I listened to all the way through and I couldn't help it, Get Rich or Die Trying was. I remember RP to my Aunt Linda, who lived in 1839. I remember she had a Taurus wagon. And you know those Taurus wagons got a lot of space in the trunk to where you could lay down and chill out if it ain't no seats in the back seat. I remember my mom going to Raymond Flanagan and look at some furniture, and I'm in the back seat in the wagon with the remember the Kobe CD players, the COBY, the Kobe. When you
yeah.
CD in the CD player, you could see it spin.
Yeah.
And I put the headphones on, and I bought that album. That is the first album I've ever listened to as a youngin', all the way through. That album changed my life on another level. So I say 50, I say Biggie, I say Jay-Z. The Rough Riders album, definitely the DMX album, taught me aggression. Jay-Z taught me the swag, you know what I mean? How to get some money out here. And also 50 Cent taught me he taught me body of work. Taught me body of work. So yeah, man, for sure.
Yeah, all those events, right, Ron, big time events in hip hop, all those albums.
Yeah.
Yep, 100%. Like, I mean, so you grew up on the stuff that we love, man. You grew up at the right time, and you listened to the right type of music, my friend. Let me tell you.
On the head because I'm at the cusp. You know what I mean? Right before all the bullshit was happening, like when I was in high school at shout out to Wings Academy. When I started 9th grade, that's when a lot of the social media platform energy started to expand. So I kind of graduated from high school, and I went to 3 different high schools. And I was playing ball crazy, so that's why it was easy to come on this show. So I was recruited to go to boarding school to play ball, everything. So when I started high school, you know, it was a little bit of AIM, it was a little bit of Skonex, and then it was a little bit of MySpace was the biggest thing. That, you know, the last biggest thing on the edge for me once I graduated. So a lot of us still got that traditional, you know, we'll joke a lot, you know, the people that I graduated with, like, yo, we the last ones, man. We really the last ones. We made it out of the bullshit. You know what I'm saying? And you know, just to look at the world now to see where it is, man. If you got a kid, he's growing up in this. It's bugged out. You know what I mean? The world is bugged out.
Yeah.
So I always say, you know, you live in the worst/best generation in the world. You know what I mean? Right now, we're in the generation where it's the worst and the best. The access, you have no excuse. You know what I mean? To get the information that you need to get. But it's so much. You know what I mean? And then because it's so much, what's real, what's good, what's not, you know what I mean? So it's like an open book test, right? Like, you still got to study. The tradition will never change. You know what I mean? You can have an open book test, but nigga, if you don't know to go to page 240 for this question that that's gonna be your ass. You know what I mean? So no, I compared, you know, the world like an open book test, but you still got to study no matter what. You know, that's never gonna go away, for sure.
Yeah, I think that's the problem with the internet, right, man? There's just too much information, so people are getting distracted, and then they don't see the real. The real is right there. All they got to do is look in that direction, but there's so much other distractions that people get lost in it. So it's a weird era, man. You know, I want to ask you too, man, because I mean, you know, you're talking about this generation, like you kind of came up in hip hop, you know, because you already had people that were already actively doing hip hop already, you know, like for me and Ron, we're a little bit older, so we kind of remember the time when people didn't really understand hip hop. You know, it's like, what's that nonsense you're playing, or you know, whatever, and whatever accent that you around, you know what I'm saying? So we had to deal with that. So you know, you got to actually you know, be like right in the cusp of all of that stuff, man. So it was interesting.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, that's a beautiful thing, man. Because like facts, what Eru was saying. I remember when I first started listening to hip hop, it was like, you know, I had to listen to it on the hush. I had to have my headphones, and at that time, I had some cheap headphones, could barely hear the music. I had to hear it real low when the headphones wasn't working. I'm holding the wire to try to get the sound out. You know, it was crazy, man. So,
yeah, we had pirate radio and all kind of stuff. You know, it's weird.
Yeah. Now it's accepted everywhere, man. The biggest genre in music.
Shout out to the family, though, you know what I mean? Especially Mom Duke. Shout out to my mom. Because she was musically inclined. So it was always, you know, it's one thing, and I always say, you know, God is, you know, so good to me. I know he's good to everybody, but sometimes you got to look up and God damn, man, you looked out. You know what I mean? Because it's like it's one thing for a parent, right, to allow you to do, you know, pursue your dreams or whatever. Like they allow you to find your way. They'll just let you go. You know what I mean? That's a beautiful thing. But then it's next level where they're interested in the shit you're doing while you're doing it. You know what I mean? So when I'm in the stew, I got the stew in the crib when I was living with Mom Dukes, and I had the stew in the crib with big rocket speakers, and you know, my family is known, especially on Mom's side, we don't really sleep. My brother would always say, like, I can guarantee you when you come in this house, somebody's going to be up. Like, it doesn't even matter. 3, 4, somebody's going to be up. Somebody's lights is going to be on. That's a fact. You would always joke about that. So I be blasting music, recording, going through lines, and And Mom Deuce is a light sleeper, so a lot of times I wake up in the morning or something, or 2 days later, she go, I see you fixed that line the other day. Oh, you heard? You heard the? She like, yeah. She like, you getting a little more clearer. When you got a parent like that,
wow, yeah, man.
It's another level of it gives you another level of confidence because no matter what, I'm coming home to love, and I'm coming home to somebody who fuck with what I'm doing. You know what I mean? And you know that's why God is everything, man. My mother used to sing her ass off, and as far as what I knew when I was younger, but going back and asking grandma was mommy. Boy, she used to sound like Stephanie Mills back in the day, and this and the third, and word, and trying to dig in to see where I get the music, the music touch from and everything like that. But Mom Deuce was all the way in, all the time with the music, stage presence, this, you know what I mean, with everything. So I was blessed with that.
Sure. Wow, that's definitely a blessing. Man, that's dope. That's dope.
Yeah.
Well, listen, I know we're coming up on that time where you got to get up out of here. But before you get up out of here, I know you didn't get a chance to really chop it up and talk about the NBA stuff. But what I want to do is, if you don't mind, I mean, I'm enjoying getting to know you and your story. It's dope. I mean, and your musical elements and what you're into and what's helped cultivate you and how you look at this thing is fantastic. You are our type of people. So we definitely would love to.
Likewise.
Yes, we would definitely love to have you back in the future, if you don't mind. Yeah, we can make it work, and we'll get everything straight. But what I want to do is kind of get your socials, and then I also want to play some of this track and get this out. This track is fire, man. This is what I'm gonna do because people know already kind of how our elements are, how our show is, and we not prudes or what is it, prudes? Yeah, we not prudes or anything. We not necessarily PG-13, but what we want to do is we want to be able to kind of adhere to the YouTube rules because they be shutting us down with profanities and stuff like that. So this is gonna be the test show. So you notice, like normally when there's a guest on, as soon as I start hearing cursing or whatever, I just politely say, "Yo, can we, we ain't PG County, but could we just take it easy because of YouTube or whatever?" But you see, I didn't say nothing to you. I let you rock because this is my test show to see what happens with the show with YouTube, and then I'm gonna play your track in its entirety and see what happens. I hope it don't mess up the show. But my man Sim, he'll let me know. So we're gonna find out what we can get away with.
First off, man, I really appreciate y'all. Like you said, man, y'all definitely my type of people as well. I feel the energy, you know what I mean, through the screen. So I definitely want to just, it's always a blessing for somebody to really recognize your work, you know what I mean, and they want to embrace your vision and where you come from. So I definitely appreciate y'all for one. Secondly, man, YouTube, man, you gotta let up, man. You know what I mean? We got a lot of pain in here. You know what I mean? But I think you'll be fine, Ron. Shout out to Eru, aka Die Hard. I appreciate you, my brother. I appreciate y'all love. And this song that's coming up featuring me and Vado, it's called Silk and Alpaca. You decide who's Silk and Alpaca. You know what I mean? I love fabrics. But at the end of the day, it's coming out October 25th on all platforms. I just wanted to bless NBA Wrap Up with the song. And like I said, man, I appreciate y'all, man. Yes, sir.
No doubt.
Yeah, man. Thank you for introing that. I appreciate you. What I'm gonna do is let me put up thank you, Eru, for doing that. Let me put up the social stuff here. Let me add that. Let me just drop this down for a second.
Okay.
Where is the? Oh, I forgot. This thing got a. Hold on. Let me remove him. Give me 1 second, y'all. Let me put this. All right. All right. So that's just a quick look at my man's social. It's May 3rd _. Y'all can see that on Instagram. Definitely follow, hit him up. I'm telling you, man, you ain't gonna be disappointed in the lyrics and the flow, man. It's dope. I think, as a matter of fact, I think in one of those videos you rap in front of Yankee Stadium, if I'm not mistaken. Is
Oh, yes,
that
sir.
correct?
Yes, sir. Absolutely.
Yeah. Okay. Let me drop this down. Yeah, man, because part of my whole thing is I was like, I saw you and I was like, man, this dude, he got some skills, he got some flow. I like the fact that you amongst the people. And really, I don't know if I talked to you or if I reached out to you before or after. But I don't know. It was something because you already kind of alluded to it, and I know you're got to get out of here in a minute. I'll play the track even if you got to bounce. So I just want to let you know, like, we'll be playing it anyway, like, and let the people hear it. But yeah, man, he ain't joking when he said the whole thing about scrubbing your floors. Okay. I seen him. I was like, yo, he really down on his hands and knees scrubbing them floors. I was like, okay, this dude is different. Because a lot of people they don't, we ain't trying to put in the work. We be lazy sometimes. And that you know what I mean?
We all thought we was doing something with a mop, man. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, man, I learned. I watched some, you gotta watch the right things, you know what I mean? Shout out to Mom Dukes again, watching a lot of HGTV, you know what I'm saying? All them home decor, shows and shit like that. And excuse my language. We're gonna see what's up, YouTube, man, because y'all,
Yeah, we gonna see how they do us.
But I keep it PG, but I just feel like it's just another connection. You touching things, man. You know what I mean? You gotta see it, you gotta feel it. You know what I mean? I remember before I get out of here, just giving you a story of when I was putting my studio together, I was moving around so much that I had everything in a box for about a week. You know what I mean? And I never touched it just because you want to move around. You know what I mean? You're doing things instead of just getting right to that. You know what I mean? And my ex girl used to tell me, you got to touch it. Even if you don't put something, open the box. Open the box and look at it. You're looking at the box, but open it, touch it, and look at it. And it's going to allow you to actually get some shit done. You know what I mean? So it's always hard to start. I always tell people that, but I don't want to work. I don't feel like. Once you get to the gym, switch come on. Once you get to where you want to go, a switch come on. And at the end of the day, if we understand that we don't need to be perfect, we just have to get there, then we'll be all right. Because once we get there, we gonna make something happen. You know what I mean? So that's my direction for 2023 going into 24. I watched another meme the other day. Not a meme. I watched a video where someone said, "Your greatness is in everything you're avoiding."
Word up.
Wow. Yeah.
Your greatness is in everything you're avoiding. You know what I mean? And if we could stay disciplined and get right to that, open them emails you're supposed to open, sign them papers you're supposed to sign. You know what I mean? Go to the building. Talk to the lady at the desk. People think it's so grand. Oh, I gotta chase my dreams. Do the little things first, and then the dreams will come easy. You know what I mean? Everything else you got to stay in practice with. Waking up, you didn't clean up, do that. You know what I mean? Make up the bed before you get there. Put them pile of papers you said you was gonna put in the corner. Fix that. You know what I mean? Before you think you're gonna do anything extravagant, you know what I mean? Take care of the little things every day first. The big things you're going to soar with. You know what I mean? So that's my message, man, before I'm out here. Definitely.
That's dope, man. Once again, I just want to say appreciate you. Thank you for making the time to do this. Definitely want to get you back on the show so we can really chop it up and do a full show the normal way so you can get included into everything. And just want to ask you real quick, what's next musically? Anything new coming out outside of this? I know you said this is dropping. When is this dropping again?
October 25th.
October 25th. Okay, cool. All right. And you got any plans for anything after that? You doing an EP or anything? Or
yeah, definitely. So that song with Vado is definitely going to be on the EP. I got about 3 tracks that's complete right now for the EP. I don't know the exact date. October 21st, I'll be performing at a poetry event that I'm definitely post probably tonight or tomorrow. I'm not really sure about the location because I didn't really check. I've been grinding so much. I'm in trade school right now to be an electrician, so I'm trying to just hone in on everything. You know what I mean? As far as my dreams or whatever. As far as building a studio. Being an electrician goes hand in hand with that. So I just like to know everything I'm a part of, and like to have my brain expanding all the time. So electricity, no matter if y'all trying to build robots on us and take our people out from the desk, you need somebody to wire that thing for you. You understand?
Yeah,
So
facts,
at the end of the day, I want especially my brothers, you know what I mean, from the trenches, and everybody who's watching this podcast. I really, really, really am passionate about my people, and I do want to say that we got to take it back, man. We got to start talking to our parents again and start talking to our grandfathers if they still alive, and talk to them about, how they was making $1 and what they was doing, because it's going back to that. You understand?
Right.
So at the end of the day, as a man, if you 16, 17 years old, or if you got kids that age, or if you still got some fight in you, for the older cats, for the vets, figure out a trade, man, and work with your hands. I'm speaking specifically to the men. You know what I mean? Learn how to build something. Learn how to wire something. Learn how to fix your toilet by yourself. There's beauty in that. I think there's God in that. You know what I mean? And that's where we supposed to. I think that's where we supposed to be before anything. You know what I mean? I might joke around a little bit. This might be a little joke, but a lot of chicks leaving y'all for a truck driver. A lot of chicks, they leaving you for somebody that know how to fix they shit, or fix a light bulb, or fix whatever. You know what I mean? So the glitz and the glam only lasts for a little bit. We need to get back to building real men. You know what I mean? So
I hear that.
That's definitely another message, for my people for sure.
That's dope. That's dope. Once again, May 3rd, I appreciate you, my brother. I'm wishing you the best. Like I said, I will reach out to you to get you back on this show, but I'm gonna be following. I'm already following you on Instagram. I'm gonna be seeing what you do, and I'm wishing nothing but the best for you and any and everything you put your hands and your mind to. So, have a great night, man. Get into what you're going to get into. We're going to get into this track because I only heard a bit of it and I know it's fire. So I'm looking forward to it, brother. But anyway, we chop it up.
Y'all already know, man. Stay blessed, man. Keep being y'all. Definitely.
Yeah, man. Appreciate you, my brother.
Pleasure sharing space with you.
I appreciate you, man. Likewise. All right, y'all.
Thank you, my brother. Take it easy.
Right. You too.
All right. All right. So, yeah, man, that was our guy May 3rd. You know what I mean? Really cool dude. Very positive. Really
wise,
very
wise.
Very wise. Like I was about to say, like a throwback. A different type of mentality, a little different from more of the mentality we grew up with. Like not so much. Conform to the inner trappings and the ways of the world these days, when how everything is just different and so jaded, more humanizing qualities, like working with your hands, going back to the times where, if you want to get it out the mud, you got to actually go get it out the mud. You know what I mean? Stuff like that. It's a different way of thinking. And it gets kind of lost, especially we're a little older than him. And to hear that come from him it's nice. It's nice to hear that.
Yeah, it's refreshing, definitely, man. There's the connections too. He just mentioned that, being an electrician too, and being a rapper too, with the pen, working with your hands, creating something, giving birth to things, bringing stuff to light. So that's an interesting connection that he did that, with his life and stuff, man. So it's good to hear. I wish more people were like that. I wish more people were open to listening to that, because I think people talk too much about money and things of that nature, and they forget the human thing. And just the connection thing, being able to connect with another human being in something other than a material thing. So, searching for something material,
100%, 100%. So let's get into this track from May 3rd featuring Vado, called Silk and Alpaca. It's coming out on October 25th. And it will be a part of his upcoming EP. And then we're going to get into some NBA stuff. So let's play this track real quick.
Yo, 30, how we get on? Your first feature, make screw faces, and now you move places. It's Young 30 to dawn. Waited too long for this. Got these bitches sipping on Groupon. No, we don't do Groupon, but we call it coupon for this. Still took some paper to stretch it. Cut the seams off both of the sleeves. I'm invested, G's. Putting money in this rap shit. Tape this, please. You know I love what they hate to see. How they document my aura through camcorders. Show these young boys how I man order. Stack cheese, play the backseat, give his fam order. If shorty front, I'm leaving out with something her man wanted. Take a little baddie to the opera and we pour the invest it. The Gucci double breast, Ferragamo reflects it. Make these hoes cross legs, show the splits in they dresses. Know the blocks, but I never play Tetris.
Got him waiting for V Twizzy. Fresh out the cave, was hibernating like a grizzly. So bear with me, I'm quickly to Air 50. Bowling on the court like they can't compare with me. Dickies a pair of grippies. It's a damn shame, yo, what happened to Flip? Champagne, the closest thing y'all having the rich. Niggas be saying names and how it actually went. They be really trying to explain like they just happened to snitch. I'm so strong with yayo, the long nose potato. I had your chest red like we all throwing tomato. I know a few dead that was known Diegos. My shorty turn heads when she walk on Rodeo. They walk up like, ayo. Don't hesitate, no Fredo. Not the workout, then we celebrate the KO. Eating with celebrities, gotta wait like Rayos. Vital.
Yeah, man. That once again, that was Silk and Alpaca by May Thurd featuring Vado. I thought that was pretty dope, man. That's fire. I like it.
Yeah, it's good to hear Vado's voice, man. Vado's been.
Yeah, I haven't heard Vado in a minute.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, good to hear him.
Yeah.
Yeah, good stuff,
Yeah,
man.
yeah,
I mean, like
definitely.
the beat. I like the little bit of a beat change. I like the
Yeah,
flow.
yeah.
He definitely sounds like Jay, but it's a little bit different. You can hear.
Right,
the
right.
difference.
Yeah, I like it because he does sound like Jay, but he ain't trying to be Jay. Because I've heard
Right.
there was growing up, there was this other dude, I can't remember his name, that tried to be Jay. He came up and his whole mantra was, I sound like Jay-Z and I'm gonna rap like Jay-Z. And he was on Hot 97 and I forgot his name. I forgot what his name was.
Yeah.
But anyway, yeah, but I like the fact, you can have a similar voice, but he has a distinct flow. It's different. He raps the way he raps.
Yeah, shout out
man,
to
shout out.
Skyzoo. Guy like Skyzoo sounds like Jay, but it's a whole different thing
Right.
coming out of his mouth. Saying pause. So
Yeah, exactly. 100%. So once again, shout out to my guy, special guest May Thurd. Thank you. Appreciate the track. Shout out to Vado too. And also the producer on the track. His name is Lawrence Fauntleroy. I thought I was bugging out. Is that the Fauntleroy that I know? But I don't think it's the same person. But if it is, I'm I'll be shocked. But I think it's a different. I think it's David Fauntleroy or something. I mean, I could be bugging out. Maybe it's the same dude. I don't know, but nice production. Definitely great job by all parties involved, man. So yeah, man. Thank you to May Thurd once again.
Mhm.
So let's get into the NBA stuff, man. Without further ado, you know what that means. Now we're gonna flip it around, get into the first half. We did the reverse, hit them with the quick one, boom, with the pause.
Yes.
All right. Yes, guys. Yes, we are doing it the way it's different. It's out of order, but it's okay. Everything still works out the way it's supposed to. So, we got to get into the news, and the news is a little bit ridiculous, but it's I don't like to talk about this dude. We're gonna have to. Let's get into this MBK news break. Oh boy, man. I thought I would never have to talk about this guy again, but I knew it was going to happen, man. James Harden. Explain yourself.
What happened with him? What's the
Challenge.
new thing with him now?
So this is the funniest thing ever, right? Because you already know how James Harden feels. He didn't hide anything about his thoughts and what he's thinking about with regards to Philadelphia and their owner. But for whatever reason, he hasn't shown up to practice, and Philadelphia wants an explanation. Why haven't you shown up to practice? I mean, he said he wasn't playing for any team associated with this dude, Daryl Morey. He said it. I mean, if you say something like that, I don't know. I don't expect to see you at practice. That's just me. I mean, am I bugging Eru when I say that? If you say something like that, you better stand on it. You can't just be putting that out there.
Yeah, I mean, he said it, man. So he's already done left a bunch of other teams too. So it's not a joke. So they should have made contingency plans for that. It shouldn't be like, you're not playing. What? You could try to flip it back on him. They already said he wasn't playing. Surprise, surprise. Surprise, surprise. Yeah, he ain't playing, man.
Yeah, that's. Listen, listen. I gotta say, I mean, I don't, y'all know, I'm not a biggest fan of James Harden, but I mean, I gotta respect it. If the dude is gonna stand on something, if he said what he said and made it public, then I gotta expect him to stand on it. So he ain't poor. He ain't worried about the money, even if he gets fined. He can deal with it for now. I don't know how long he'll deal with it. It starts to get into your pockets and stuff, but for right now, he's with it. I don't know who does it hurt more, Eru? Does it hurt Harden more or does it hurt Philadelphia more if he's
Hurts
not
the
there?
franchise. They're playing around because I mean he already has money. So you're talking about I think it's like maybe like a couple hundred, maybe like 100, almost 200,000 per game. I think he's gonna be losing, and then I think he's losing like he's gonna get fined like 10,000 or whatever the fines and stuff is. But that's nothing to somebody that's making like 30 something million and then made hundreds of million in his career. That's like just like water, under a bridge kind of thing. It's not doing nothing for him. So I mean they got to make that move, man. I have an idea where he should go. Yeah, do you
Hmm.
think that far?
I don't know. What are you thinking?
I'm thinking Miami, man, because Miami was trying to get Dame this whole time, but the Portland made a move and they sent it to Portland. I mean to the Bucks, which made sense for them. So him going to Miami, it'll be the same type of thing. He'll have the structure, he'll have the party life that he likes, and then Philly could still get something back. They'll still get like what's the kid, whoever, whatever the package is for Dame, they're gonna get the same thing basically from Miami. So I think Pat Riley can convince him to chill out, Spoelstra and stuff. He still has, Jimmy Butler to mess around with and Adebayo and stuff. So I think it might work.
That's actually interesting. I have I even heard that from anybody? Maybe somebody said it. I don't think so. I haven't heard. That actually kind of makes sense. That I don't know. I could kind of see how that might work. Huh. I didn't think about that. And that's a nice consolation prize for losing out on Dame.
Yeah, my thing with sports is that like people talk about next year, and the Knicks are gonna be contenders in 5 to 10 years. Like, do you know how long 5 to 10 years is, man? It's like, come on, man. You're talking about like 5 years, like you can have a kid, and then in 5 years they'll be getting ready to go to first grade soon. It's like, you can make a whole human being in personality and everything in 5 years. So
Right.
in the sports
You ain't
world, it
lying.
doesn't really go that way. It moves like dog years. So if you're gonna make a move, take advantage of it now. Because how long you think you're gonna be successful? Forever?
That's very true. That's a good point.
Yeah.
Wow, I didn't think about that, man. But that's a good take by you. Like that, I didn't think about the fact that Miami might be a player. If I mean, it doesn't make sense. I could see that happening. And it's a type of move that I feel like Miami might need to make, man. I don't know. There's people already talking, thinking that Miami's going to be right where they was before. I don't know. I don't see it. I think they caught lightning in a bottle last year. They really clicked at the right time. Jimmy turned it on in the playoffs because he's Jimmy Bucket's playoff performer. He is, but the fact that Strus played really well, Vincent played really well. They were like knocking down their shots, and they struggled for a lot of the season knocking down their shots. But in the playoffs, it clicked. So I don't know. No Hero, even though Hero's going to be back now. Duncan, to me, Duncan is not something I think is somebody you got to fear consistently. He struggles. He has his own issues. I don't know. I don't think Miami's going to have the type of level of success they had last year. So I think a move like James Harden might really put them in contention because they got enough like guts and a good coaching staff. And they just like they're dangerous once they get to the playoffs. So
yeah. They find guys out the street that can come and play ball, to fill up the pieces and stuff. And if you're talking about timeline, Jimmy Butler's old, so they don't really care about timelines in Miami. They just put teams together. They proved that, So I think it's something that should happen. And then if they do trade Harden, I think Embiid needs to just take his, request a trade to the Knicks already, and let's just get this thing going, and get it popping already.
I hear that. So I mean, we'll see what happens with the James Harden thing. We'll see, what becomes of it. But I think this is kind of going to be a game of chicken for a little bit. I think Daryl Morey is not willing to give James Harden what he wants. James Harden doesn't care. He got enough money. He can chill for a little bit and not be affected. But I do think at some point, they're going to do something. Now, will it have to wait till the trade deadline? That's a long time, but you never know.
Yeah.
We'll see. So yeah, that's the James Harden deal, but another controversial player, Kevin Porter Jr. was traded to OKC. We knew somebody was going to take the chance on him and then, eventually waive him or whatever. But I didn't think it was going to be OKC. OKC is a very weird team right now because I understand acquiring things, but I don't know, man. I don't know. I don't know if they're actually getting it's 2 second-round picks, but I don't think it's actually picks that they're getting or more like pick swaps. I think it's pick swaps. Let me see what it says here.
He's going to be immediately waived, so I think more is just like a salary kind of thing. They just.
Oh no!
Mhm.
Oh, there's more to this. My bad, Eru. There's more to this than I thought. I didn't know because I didn't really get the chance to see the trade. I just heard what people were saying, but they left out stuff. This actually is Kevin Porter Jr. and 2 future second-round picks. So it's not pick swaps. They're actually getting 2 second-round picks, and the Rockets are getting Jeremiah Robinson Earl and Victor Oladipo. Oh man, they traded Victor Oladipo. Oh, I didn't know
Victor
that.
Oladipo's in the deal too. Wow.
Oh wow.
I mean, that Jeremiah guy, he's good because they kind of need the help, the backup. So I mean, it's interesting. So it's really just a roster move that they did. They did that just so they can just to shake up the roster a little bit. Logistics. It's not nothing else more than that.
Yeah, man. Shout out to the chat. Appreciate y'all. Sorry I couldn't give you guys a shout out earlier, but we was trying to try to get as much time with May 3rd as possible. That's why the show is kind of all over the place. We're just kind of reconfiguring it just to make sure we got into his hip hop story, which I think was really important to get to. Shout out to Mega NYK. Salute Mega. Shout out to Daniel Berry Sports and Highlights. Appreciate you. Corey Lee. Once again, Knicks on Nice, Pudge, DJ Space Ghost, appreciate you. Keith Turner, Dwayne Dennis, D Coolest 718. Let me see. I did say Corey Lee already. Paris Duggar, appreciate you. Old Head, Anthony D. Yeah, and pretty much everybody else who was watching who may have bounced because they switch up, and I know how it is. A lot of Knicks fans be moving around because we ain't really talking about the Knicks all the time. We talk about the NBA and it's hip hop. Shout out to D Public Enemy as well. Appreciate you, my brother. And yes, That is correct because he always comes through and fills in. Mega's like Eru is a beast.
Yeah, that's like a little thing that goes.
I know it's
that
the
goes
Mitchell
on.
Robinson thing. I know.
Yeah.
Oh man. Okay, so that's the Kevin Porter Jr. stuff, folks. He is up out of there. And then they already said that most likely OKC is going to waive him because they don't want to deal with that drama. You know, but and I don't have the information up right now. Let me see. Let me see if I can get it for y'all. But the OKC thing is crazy, bro. Have you looked at their picks, Eru?
They have a lot of picks. That I mean,
It's crazy.
at some point they're gonna have to do something with it to because I mean maybe that's the reason why they got rid of the second round picks. You know, just to alleviate some of that. You know, I don't know what they're doing to tell you the truth. I'm just throwing stuff out there. But you know,
Um,
if they finally starting to, you know, that guy Chet is back. You know, they have the Australian kid, you know, that this over there. So I mean, they do have some pieces. So things are starting to come good for them. But what are they doing with the stockpile? It's just weird. You know, who are they trying to get? Jesus? You know, they're trying to bring in Jesus Christ himself here to the team with all those picks. It don't make no sense.
oh man, it's nuts, bro. It's nuts. Hold on. Let me put this up real quick just in case. I mean, I know a lot of people already seen this, but some people may not have seen it. So let me just show y'all what these picks is looking like. What them picks do, yo. This picks is crazy. So the Thunder have a first round okay. 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 first round picks in 2024's draft, right? 2 second round picks. I'm sorry, 1 second round pick. I apologize. Then in 2025, they've got 4 first round picks and 2, 4, 6 second round picks. In 2026, they've got 3 first round picks and 6 second round picks. In 2027, they've got 2 first round picks and 4 second round picks. In 2028, they got 1 first round pick and 6 second round picks. In 2029, they got 2 first round picks and 6, 8, 10, 12 second round picks in 2029. They got 1 first round pick in 2030 and 6 first round picks in 20. What the hell is going on here with these picks?
It's like Q Cardi B. Like, what is the reason? What is the reason?
That's crazy.
Yeah.
Oh my god, yo! I never seen a team put together this many draft picks in succession. Like, this is nuts. Now, don't get me wrong. Does it open them up to be really interesting trade partner? Even if they're not trading everything themselves, they can be a third party to a lot of different deals. It gives them a lot of flexibility. But at what point are you going to do this? Like, how much time are you going to let go before you start to kind of cash in on this? Because you could really start cashing in. I don't get it. Like, unless they're really trying to keep building until they land all of the best young players out in the drafts. Like, they're just gonna keep going until they hit on every position. I don't know what they do.
It's weird, man. You know, and also to the second round picks, maybe, you know, are they just going to keep pawning players off like that Jeremiah guy? The Jeremiah guy is pretty decent. If the Knicks had a chance to get him, that would have been a good move. But they're just going to be throwing second round picks just to, you know, kick players off the team. You know, remove them off the team. It's weird.
I mean, if you look at their roster, I would say that who's the can't miss dudes that they got on the team right now that they know they've hit on?
Well, Shea Gilgeous-Alexander, you know, they got Dort, they got Chet,
and
what's his name?
Josh
Josh
Giddey.
Yes.
Um, I mean, that's. I think the verdict is still out personally for me on Trey Mann. I know he's good. I know he's very talented. I'm not going to necessarily say he is, you know, the dude. So it's still out on him. He needs the playing time for us to show what we believe he can do. They got the new kid Keontae Johnson, who is a baller. So we got to see what if he falls into that next level of guys that they got over there. They got the Williams dudes. They're not brothers, but Jalen Williams looks like he's a good player. So maybe they're just going to keep trying to draft as many guys as they can and see who sticks until they can field maybe they're trying, like, we're not even trying to go too crazy with the veteran talent. We're going all young and cultivate them until they become ready. I don't know.
I mean, good luck with that, man. Because I mean, nothing's set in stone. There's so many different ways to win. So I mean, just going one way and just like mindless, being mindless with it. I just think I don't know. This. I mean, because there's a lot of teams that go about like that, and then they end up winning the championship. So who am I? Who am I to judge these guys?
You never know, right? You never know. I mean, listen, he's got a strategy, this Sam Presti guy. I don't know what it is because we haven't figured it out yet, but he's obviously doing something. And the thing is, they were saying, like, Sam Presti has been on the end of some bad trades as well. So you don't necessarily know if he's got the right idea yet. We got to see it all played out. Play out, should I say. Yeah. And he was he let me see. Does it have it here? Yeah, I got to go too in depth in it. But yeah, he's definitely let some really star players leave OKC. All right. So, okay. Well, I mean, it is what it is. That's that, guys. OKC's got a lot of picks. So, that's all you need to know. They got a lot of picks. This one is a little, I mean, it depends on how you feel about it, right? Like, some people aren't happy. ESPN has their top 100 list, right? And in that top 100 list, they placed Nikola Jokic at number 2 and put Giannis at number 1. I don't mean, I don't really think this is too crazy. Like, Jokic may be one of the best players in the league right now, but I can't necessarily say he's better than Giannis. He's a different player. We know he can do different things, right? But Giannis got a championship. Giannis got an MVP. Joker's got an MVP. Joker's got a championship. Like, I don't know. I'm not too mad about this, Eru. What do you think? You think that he got slighted by not being number 1?
No, because I mean they both kind of do similar things. They both told they both can do things they shouldn't be doing, like basically running point guard for both teams. What is this guy Giannis? His assists are up to 5.7. So he does a lot of things on the basketball court, man. So it's not too, I mean, they're like neck and neck, like we were talking about, like masters, at rap, like, the guys that are like God MCs and that type of thing. These guys are like up at the top level of this generation of players. So if you put one guy 1 or 2, or 3, like what are we really saying,
Yeah, yeah. I really don't think it's that big of a deal. But yeah, I mean, some people kind of up in arms about it. I don't know.
The
One
NBA
in
community has a short memory too. They forgot Giannis won already. So now it's all about
Mhm.
Joker. Joker's going to win the next 10 championships until the next player comes in. Let's say like Embiid might have a great season next year, and then he'll be the one that everyone talks about. So it's always something every year.
Yeah, I agree. I hear you. I'm with you. Apparently, Brian Scalabrine. Are you guys familiar with Brian Scalabrine? He is like a mythical creature, a mythical human in Boston. Like, I never heard of somebody who really wasn't that good. They talked about Brian Scalabrine like he was Larry Bird in Boston. Really, they literally, like, he was always getting praised, always clapping it up. The fans went nuts when he came into the game. He wasn't even that good, and he didn't even play like that. But he's just like a mythical creature. But anyway, he's doing like talk radio and stuff like that. And so he was on Sirius XM, NBA radio. He talked about the difference between Nikola Jokic and Giannis Antetokounmpo, and he believes it's a wide margin. He says, and I quote, "This guy is so freaking good. I just don't understand right now how it's not a wide margin." So he doesn't even think that Giannis and Nikola Jokic are in the same conversation. Imagine that.
Yeah,
I
guys
don't
are
know.
ridiculous, man. Shout out to Gilbert Arenas and those guys. They say a lot of wild stuff too, man. So all these NBA players, they're now getting microphones, just like how we have microphones, but they're becoming worse than Stephen A. Smith could ever imagine. You know what I'm saying? So it's a shame. It's a shame that they're doing that, because I mean they actually played the game and they know. So but they get the microphone and they just become something other than logical. With their takes and stuff. So. Just like anything,
Yeah,
take it with
yeah.
a grain of salt.
100%. That's exactly how I look at it. I take it with a grain of salt. That's 100% what I would say, Eru, because some of these people, everybody's got an opinion. You know what they like, but I, when it makes sense, I'm with it. But this is more like, I don't know, man. You bugging out. I mean, it's kind of like you forget. Well, that's another thing. It's like, what have you done for me lately? A lot of people forget what these players have done in the league, and he's saying Nikola Jokic does everything right. Even though he's not the greatest defender, he's always in the right position to help. He may not get the same level of blocks as Giannis, but he still is a decent defender as far as his positioning. He puts guys in position to help out and stuff like that. And then on the offensive end, he does everything. I can understand where he's going, but did we not forget that Giannis Antetokounmpo has been carrying the Milwaukee Bucks for years? This past year, maybe he wasn't as dominant as he's been previously, but the dude don't even have a jump shot, and he's running up and down the court. People can't stop him. He's controlling the offense. The offense is going through him. He's grabbing the rebounds. He's getting assists. He's playing defense. Like, what do you mean when you say a guy does everything? Does Giannis not do everything? I'm confused.
Yeah, he showed that he's going to add a little bit of a post game too. He's been working with Hakeem, so in the preseason, you did see a little bit of it. He's trying to like simplify things a little bit for him inside, so it's good to see. But like we're saying, these guys are like phenomenal players. They're the top of this generation. So
Right.
yeah.
Definitely appreciate that take. Shout out to Old Head. You're right. No, he did not draft Westbrook, Harden, and KD. Yeah, but he did. I think he was responsible for getting rid of two of those three. I don't know if it was three of them, but I think he got rid of two of those three. So yeah, I don't know. We'll see. We'll see what happens with Sam Presti over there, OKC. Yeah, I mean that's pretty much the gist of it for NBA stuff. Didn't want to go too crazy with things. Kind of wanted to mix it up a little bit. We didn't have a chance to talk about it earlier, but I just want to get Eru's opinion while I have him real quick on a couple of quick little hip hop things that we would have loved to have gone over with May 3rd while he was here, but and two of these real quick involve the same person. All right, so you'll know what it is when maybe you'll know what the second one is once we talk about the first one. So I thought this was pretty dope. Like, I'm one of those people, like, we're grown men, right? We gone through some stuff. Some people are different. The street life is different for them. They take things differently. They look at things differently. And so when they're coming up in age as young men, you know what I mean? They move differently. So things happen, and sometimes people don't get along with everybody. We already know Gucci and Young Jeezy didn't have the best the best relationship. They were rivals, and they went through a lot of stuff. But then they squashed that. They did the verses, and that verses was a little awkward. But in the end, it came together, and it was a good moment. But it was a little awkward while it was happening, and it got a little spicy. But another little beef that was happening, and at the time it wasn't a little beef, but over time you kind of look at it a little differently now. And I think that's how they looked at it too, was Gucci Mane and T.I. And they put that to an end. Gucci Mane was performing, and he brought out T.I., and T.I. did Rubber Band Man on stage, and they got to piece it up, and T.I. said a couple good words, and it was cool to see that. What's your thoughts on Gucci Mane and T.I. squashing the beef, Eru?
Yeah, you gotta let it go. These guys, they don't, evolve to different people now. Gucci went to jail and came back as 50 Cent, and he got himself into shape and stuff. So I mean, you evolve as people. Gucci Man, I hear him in interviews, and he's a lot more intelligent that he lets on. So I mean, as time goes on, you just gotta let it go, because like sometimes you be mad at somebody and you don't even remember why. It's been so long. It's like all I had to do was you had to have a conversation with the person, and that would have just put everything to rest a long time ago. But that's the difference between a young person and an older person. You know.
Right. That's true. I mean, yeah, like I said, sometimes these young guys, especially young guys who have a street mentality, a hood mentality, takes them a minute to get out of that. They really got to grow up. And what really helps with that? Making money. When you start making money and achieving what you got into this for, or at least what most of the people get into it for, some people get into it for the fame, but most people get into it for the money, right? And to be able to support themselves and their families. Once they start making the money and getting a little older, they like, man, my money's too important. All this stuff don't mean nothing. Why I got an issue with you? Did you say something to me that I care about? Nope, I'm good. And even if you did say something, I might say something back, but I ain't letting you mess up the money. The money's coming in. I like it.
Yeah. As a young person, like on a job, like shout out to my coworkers. We call it forever beef. When you're young, you're just like, I'm just mad, and I'm always gonna be mad at you. And if I get a chance, I'm gonna do X, Y, Z to you. You know what I'm saying? When you get older,
Right.
it's like, you know what? F you, S my D. All right, let's go on about our business. You know what I'm saying? And just say what I gotta say to you, take it how you want to take it, and then you just keep it moving.
Yeah,
As you should.
100%.
And then if you want to give me a fair one, 5 minutes one time, let's get sweaty, for 5 seconds, and then once we get that out of the system, then we'll just have a beer and then just let it go.
Right. Yeah. I mean, sometimes that's sometimes the best way to do it. I mean, when we was young, it used to happen that way until it got a little crazier. But when you was young, if you had an issue with somebody, like depending on who you grew up with and what the people around you, they would make you fight. They're like, look, come on, man, what y'all do? You know what? Square up. And they'd make you square up and get that issue or that animosity out. And after y'all square up, y'all piece it out, piece it up or whatever, and then you move on. Sometimes you know that person could become your best friend or your the person who will jump into a fight with you against somebody else. Life was different back then. Life was
Yeah.
definitely different.
I mean, I had friends that'd be like, "Oh, yo, E, I heard something. I heard something." Or say, "Oh man, don't worry about it. I got it. Yo, get in the car, E." You know what I'm saying? This all day we go. I gotta get in the car. Because they're gonna go do something that they think I should have done. But like
Right.
I said, as you get older, you don't have to worry about that type of stuff, man. You just like we're saying, you just let it go. Really, you know,
Yeah,
life is too short.
100%.
But also, too,
Now
you burn bridges too. You might have a beef with somebody that later on he might actually be, the person standing in front of your opportunity later on down the line. So that's something to think about too. Life
that
is
definitely does
life is very
happen.
short and it's very small at times.
Yeah. I mean, I think we're kind of spoiled because we grew up in New York, and New York is so, it's a huge place. Like there's so many that you run into the same people depending on how you move. But I mean, if you move around, there's a chance that you don't run into some of your enemies too often.
Mhm.
But if they're in your industry, whatever you're trying to do, that's different. But
Right.
like when you live in a different type of place, like in Atlanta or something where everybody's about the same type of thing, and you're going after, you run into a lot of the same people. So you definitely gotta be mindful of that type of stuff.
Yeah.
But being that we're talking about Gucci Mane, get to this real quick and get up out of here. Gucci shuts down aspiring rapper. Okay, now you know what I mean. Listen, this is something out there. I don't know if there's any young people watching the show, or if there's any young people that'll watch the replay. But there's always been something that I learned as a young pup that my grandmother used to say, and then my uncle used to say it, and then other wise people around me used to say it. time and place. There's a time and a place for everything. And sometimes this time ain't the right time, and this place ain't the right place. And you got to understand that. And so it looks like Gucci Mane was doing an album signing. Um and he had a bunch of people come out to support, and he's signing all this stuff, and one aspiring rapper decided to get up and just start performing while Gucci's trying to do this. Now it's tough because you kind of like the guy's hustle. You like the idea of trying to get on and like, look, I'm gonna do this by any means. This might be my only shot. I'm never gonna be in front of another hip hop. And this is my guy. Like maybe Gucci's his idol. Like this is my only shot. I gotta take that shot. But time and place, man. Time and place. And then what makes it uncomfortable is Gucci don't play that. Gucci ain't gonna let you get through all of that. And then he's gonna it's gonna embarrass you a little bit in front of all these people because you also got to know who your audience is too. Maybe Gucci's not the type of dude to do that with. Maybe if it was like Chance the Rapper, he might let you rock. But it is Gucci Mane. So he's up there for a reason, and his time is limited, and you affecting that by also you drawing attention from Gucci to you. And those people didn't come here to see you; they came here to see Gucci. So I mean, like I said, I can't knock the dude's hustle. It's not the best way to do it. And Gucci, unfortunately, kind of let him know. Not too crazy, but he kind of let him know, like, this ain't the time and place. What's your thoughts on that, Ebru?
Yeah, that's a young person thing. They only thinking about the moment. They're not thinking about the longevity thing of it. Because he could have went
Mhm.
about it a little bit better than that. It reminds me of Big Daddy Kane. He did a concert in the UK, and he was doing a concert, and then right in the middle of the concert, some guy just pops up on the stage and just was on the stage while he was performing. So he ruined the performance. Where Big Daddy Kane had to address him on the stage and almost went to blows with him. It's like if you want to make a point, there's a better way to do that. There was plenty of ample time to handle that before the situation came out. So he didn't have to do that because he embarrassed himself. Same thing like the kid. There could have been a conversation, something, anything like that, and maybe Gucci would have worked it out with him. You know what I'm saying, or maybe not necessarily at this event. Maybe he would have brought him on to a different event. You know,
Yeah.
Foresight, man.
Yeah.
You gotta look ahead sometimes.
100%. And this is the last one, and then we're gonna get up out of here. I don't care too much about what actually happened between the people. I care more about the idea of what took place in general. And so that's DJ Envy's real
Ooh,
estate
man.
business partner Cesar Pena got arrested on fraud charges, right? And DJ Envy is kind of caught up in this scandal too because that's his business partner, right? So, like I said, it's to me, and I don't know all the particulars of the story. I just know bits and pieces. It's not necessarily so much about DJ Envy. Oh, he's going down, or I don't care, or Cesar Pena. I don't know him. It's more about what was actually taking place. The fact that they were selling likeness, right? And promoting people who are involved in a business, not really knowing, because I don't know if they know everything that's going on, if they knew it was a scam or what was happening, but they're promoting these people for money, right? DJ Envy is like, yeah, you know what I mean? He didn't, and these are not from DJ Envy's words. These are from the person who did it, who gave him the money. Like, promoting a business and saying, yeah, I'll promote your business. I'll put it on the radio. I have you come up here, talk about stuff, but you got to pay me for it. It's kind of slimy in a way. I don't know. And then the fact that, and it's kind of like a wake-up call. Like, if you're gonna do stuff like that and just take money and just put whatever on the air and try to promote this stuff, and you're not really invested in it, like you're not going out there and really rocking with these properties. You're just acting like you're a part of it just to get the payola, to get the money. And then when something bad does happen, this is your wake-up call. Like, you know what I mean? You gotta be on top of this. You can't just be taking money because you're greedy and not knowing what you're getting into. I don't know all the particulars, like I said, but I just think it's kind of funky. What's your thoughts on the whole idea? Because apparently I was hearing from one of the real estate the dude. I don't know if that was Cesar Pena or another guy who's a part of it. He was saying, yeah, like, oh no, I think actually the other guy was dealing with Caesar and Envy, and he was saying, yeah, I gave this guy money, and he said, yeah, you're gonna come on the show, we're gonna talk about your stuff, and then, he took the money. He had him on the show one time or a couple, and talked about it like one time, and then that was it. And so kind of looks like it's been a part of the scam and they've been doing other things. And apparently with Cesar Pena, just to give a little bit more context for what I did here, from what I, was said, he started off making legit investments and telling people what they could get. And I think in the very beginning it was working. But then some losses started to happen, and he had already been fronted a lot of the money, and he couldn't make up for that money. And so people still waiting for their investment to the return, and he couldn't come up with the return. And so that's how this whole thing spiraled out of control. And then he's just like doing one thing after another. It's like borrowing from one person and not paying them back, and then borrowing from this guy to pay that person back. But then you still owe this guy, and then you just keep doing it. It's a cycle. So yeah, what's your thoughts on this the idea of all of this?
It's illegal. Everything that's illegal. You can't take money from somebody in basically ass bet and then say you're gonna give something to them and then taking somebody else's money to pay that person back. That's all a big scheme there. You know what I'm saying. So one thing about this the DJ Envy's involvement is the fact that he's DJ Envy. This guy Pena wouldn't have been on the radio and stuff like that if it wasn't for DJ Envy. So that's why
Right.
DJ Envy is going to be in trouble because he's on the investigation. Because how did you not know that this guy was doing this? Because you invited millions of people, to come and make money with you and Pena, So it looks bad, So these guys can end up doing a lot of jail time if they can get their story straight.
Yeah. Some people said, I don't know what was I watching? Oh, yeah, I think I was watching the Rory and Maul show. And they both were in agreement, and it probably is true. Like, the further this goes, at the very minimum, DJ Envy might lose his job. He might have to step down, because what happens is when you say this radio personality who brought people on the show or promoted things on the show that is run by iHeartMedia, it gets iHeartMedia involved, and they might just cut ties. Like, you made a mistake, but it was the wrong mistake to make.
Yeah, they might end up suing him too, for bringing that to their company and to the airwaves and stuff like that. It's crazy because a lot of people gave up money, man. So it's unfortunate because I mean, like if you know how to do real estate and you're anxious to get to help other people doing it to do it, and and I don't know, it's very complicated. Like it's like a get rich scheme kind of. Real estate to
Mhm.
flip houses and doing that type of thing. If you don't really know what you're doing, if you don't have a lawyer, you got to have lawyers and stuff like that involved if you're gonna give people all this money. So it's just unfortunate.
Yeah, 100%. I agree with you. Just yeah, it's an unfortunate situation, and some heads are gonna have to roll off of this one, because they're gonna try to make uh you know an example out of somebody here. I don't know if it's gonna be Envy or it could be the Caesar dude. I don't know, but I think they're gonna try to make an example out of somebody, because this is not like, these are just Envy's a big name and Caesar Pena is just the person they caught. But there's other people that do this, you know what I mean? They're just not on the radar, or they haven't been caught yet. So
Yeah,
yeah,
yeah, it sucks.
that's a tough one. Well, hey man, it is what it is. I appreciate you guys for tuning in and rocking with us. Thank you to our special guest, May 3rd. Once again, sorry for the disconjointment of the show and it being all over the place. But like I said, we was trying to make it work the best to get him some time and get him up out of here. And then, get into the NBA stuff a little bit and some other current events. But once again, shout out to Eru. Appreciate you, Die Hard, for jumping on and always supporting the show and being there for us, man. MBK fam is real, folks. Appreciate you, my brother. So I know next week the first full length watch along, or have you already done a full length one?
Yeah, I'm gonna be doing full length watch-alongs from here on, unless something happened with work or with the kids where I gotta cut it short. I'm gonna be looking to do full length watch-alongs for the entire season. Yeah, so I had a couple little dry runs with 2 games. I believe I did 2 or 3 games, 2 games I think. No, 3. I did 3 games. So I got the stamina. I could talk to myself forever, man. You know what I'm saying? So if anybody's interested in that, come listen to me. If you don't want to hear the commentary and stuff like that, you can listen to me jibber jabber about the Knicks and stuff, play by play and stuff like that.
Mm. Are you gonna be headed to the NBK start of season event?
Yeah, I'll be there. I won't be at the game though. But I will be at Legends doing the pregame stuff. I might ask him if I can do the watch along, at Legends too, while everybody's at the game. I'm gonna ask and see if he'll let me do that. So that'll be interesting. A live watch along.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Interesting. All right. That actually could be pretty cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I think I don't know. I may try to make the kickoff the season party. I don't think it's the pregame. I think the kickoff the season is the 21st, and I think the pregame thing is going to be the first game of the season that
Oh,
they're
he's
not
gonna
going to
have a
go
get
to.
together before the season starts.
Yeah, I think
Well,
it's the 20
I'm
21st.
not a part of that group chat. I guess there must be another group chat you guys are actually doing.
No, he announced it on the show.
Okay.
At Legends. So it's kind of just going to be like a get together type thing for people to come out, talk about their season expectations and stuff, and just kind of chop it up with the Knick fans.
Okay. Well, I'll be there regardless.
All right. Sounds good. I think it's 21st. It's 21st Saturday. Yes, sir. That's this Saturday. Whoa, time flies. Yeah, man. So shout out to everybody once again. Appreciate you. The Public Enemy. I don't know if I shouted you out before, but thank you, my brother. I appreciate you. Shout out to my guy Mega. Show as always, MBK, SKF, Die Hard, Knicks, Ron, Eru panel, guest May 3rd in chat. Appreciate you, my brother. Thank you so much. Yeah, man. And once again, appreciate you guys for tuning in. Smash that like button on the replay. Rock with us. It's a disconjointed show today, but don't worry, we'll get back to our regularly scheduled programming next week. And once again, shout out to Eru. Thank you. Shout out to my brother John. Hopefully your event is going good tonight, my brother. So yeah, that's pretty much it. Any final words, Eru? You got anything else you want to put out there?
Nope. See you guys around, man. Get ready for the season.
Eru's a beast.
Yeah, I'm tired of talking to you guys, man. I'll catch you guys another time.
All right, y'all. We out of here. Take care. Have a great rest of your evening. Oh, the other thing is, please, let me hit you with the commercial. Might as well. Thank you for watching the NBA wrap up. If you would like to be on the show and you are a hip hop artist or a beat maker / producer, please hit us up. Email us at the NBA wrap up at gmail.com or DM us on Instagram at _NBA_wrap_up. And stay tuned for more and more content coming from the NBA wrap up. Still Knick fans, nothing but Knicks. Please support our shows. We appreciate you. Later. All right, that's it. We out of here. Have a good night, y'all.
Peace.
Run that.